In the peaceful neighborhood of Tampa Palms, surrounded by tall palm trees and sunny skies, there was an elementary school where children smiled, played, and learned together every day. The school was cheerful and full of life, with kind teachers, happy classrooms, and friends who helped each other. It was a place where kids felt safe until one week something changed. In that school was a 6-year-old girl named Sila. She wasn't the tallest or the fastest, but she was one of the smartest, kindest, and bravest kids anyone had ever met. She paid attention to the world around her, and she had a special gift. She cared deeply about doing what was right, even if it meant standing alone. But she wasn't alone. Seela had 2 best friends who were her same age: Sally, who was bright and bold with a big imagination, and Laila, who was thoughtful, quiet, and amazing at solving problems. The 3 girls were inseparable. They played together, read stories under the big trees, and even pretended to be detectives during recess. They loved their school and wanted to protect it with all their hearts. One Monday morning, Sila noticed something strange. A dark van had been parked down the street from the school. It was plain, with tinted windows, and nobody ever seemed to get out. It was still there on Tuesday, and again on Wednesday. By Thursday, Sila was worried. "That van doesn't belong to any parent," she whispered to Sally and Laila. Sally leaned close to the fence. "I saw someone inside. He was just sitting there, watching." Laila flipped open her tiny pink notebook. "He's been there for days in a row. That's not right." Later that day, another odd thing happened. A man stood outside the gate pretending to check his phone. He wasn't wearing staff clothes, and he didn't smile. He kept glancing at the younger kids, then walking away when teachers came close. And then came the scariest part. 2 third-graders told their teacher that a man had offered them candy near the back of the school after dismissal. He said he was from the after-school program, but they didn't know him, and when a teacher approached, he vanished. That night, Seela sat quietly at dinner with her family. She looked up and said, "I think someone is watching the school, and I think they're trying to take kids." Her big brother, Omar, 13, put down his fork and listened. Her older sister, Aylin, 9 years old, stopped drawing and leaned closer. Her mom looked concerned. "Why do you think that?" Sila explained everything: the van, the man with the phone, the candy offer. "We've been watching, me, Sally, and Laila, and I think they're going to try something big soon." Her dad looked serious. "We'll tell the school and the police right away." But Seela wasn't finished. "We want to help too. We know the school better than anyone. We've already started planning." Omar smiled with pride. "You 3 are like little detectives." That night, Sila, Sally, and Laila met in Seela's room with flashlights and fruit snacks. They drew maps, listed what they saw, and assigned roles. Sila would be the lead watcher. Sally would handle signaling and distractions. Laila would write everything down and deliver their findings. The next morning, the school looked the same, but the girls felt different. They were alert, focused, ready. Seela walked the campus slowly before class. She spotted the same van, this time closer to the gate. The same man stood across the street again, pretending to check a power line. And a third man was sitting on a bench, holding a tablet but never using it. At recess, Seela gave Sally a signaler quiet nod. Sally touched the whistle under her hoodie. Laila had already written down everything: the van's license plate, where each man was standing, even the time they arrived. At lunch, Laila quietly slipped her notes to the assistant principal. It had arrows, names, and warnings. The principal promised to give it to the police, who had been notified after the previous report. 2 officers agreed to come early and watch dismissal from unmarked cars nearby. And then came the final moment. Just before dismissal, the van's door slid open. One of the men stepped out with a walkie-talkie and a hat pulled low over his eyes. He walked quickly toward the front gate, pretending to call out a name, one that wasn't on any classroom list. Seela saw him and turned to Sally. Sally blew her whistle 3 sharp tweets, exactly like they had practiced. Laila rushed to the front office. "It's happening now," she told the staff. By the front gate, teachers jumped into action. The principal ran outside. 2 officers from across the street rushed in. The man at the gate tried to turn around, but a teacher stopped him. Police surrounded the van. 2 more men inside were caught trying to hide. It was fast, confusing, and over in minutes. But no kids were taken. No one was hurt, and it was all because 3 6-year-old girls saw the danger before anyone else did and chose to act. That evening, the school sent a message to every parent. Thanks to 3 brave students, it said, a serious threat was stopped today. The next morning, the school held a small assembly in the courtyard. Sila, Sally, and Laila stood side by side as the principal thanked them for their courage and intelligence. Every kid in school clapped. Omar gave Sila a big thumbs up from the back row. Aylin smiled and waved. Even Seela's teacher wiped away a tear. Later, as they walked home, Seela's mum hugged her tight. "You did something big today. You protected your school." Her dad kissed the top of her head. "We're proud of you." At bedtime, Seela curled up under her favorite blanket. Hala, her baby sister, toddled into the room and hugged her leg. "Seela's safe," she said in her tiny voice. Seela smiled softly. She didn't need trophies or medals. Just knowing the kids at school were safe, that was enough. Because real heroes don't wait to be asked. They see something wrong and they act. And in Tampa Palms, everyone would always remember how 3 best friends, Sally and Laila, stood up for what was right and stopped something terrible before it ever had a chance to begin. The end. To support our heroes, please put like to our video and subscribe the channel. You might be the next hero. Thank you.